Hi, I'm Nick from Hydro Seal Shower Systems. We're here today to show you the installation of our innovative hob system, which includes the installation of the 10mm toughened glass. Being in the industry for 20 years, we've come across a lot of problems with water and time frames of installation of shower screens. We're usually always the last trade in, and people are waiting 10 to 15 days to install. We've designed this hob channel that there's no custom measuring on site. It's all done before the waterproofing and at design stage. The hob channel I have here is what goes into the floor before any bedding or tiling. It has the weep holes here for any water getting into the glass channel. It seeps back in underneath into the bedding, into the shower area. The hob channel goes down, and as you see where I'm standing here, this is one that's already been installed at waterproofing. Then it's gone on to bedding and then tiling. We do a 90-degree shower hob. The corners are all sealed, there's no water, there's no joins, so it's virtually tanking the whole shower base. The 90-degree one can come up, we could do it between, the biggest size is 15 by 15, so from there, any size down. Normally it's a 50mm increments, but if you want a custom one, as in 925 by 925, that's no problem. We also do what we call a Splade section. This section here, it's a 135 degrees. We can have the wings, what we call the wings, up to 1 metre, which creates a big shower. You're looking at probably 1500 by 1500 in the corner. The hob channel can also be done in a straight thing between walls, and many combinations of panel, door, panel, or panel and door, what we call panel and door. So you have one inline panel and one door, or you can have two inlines, whatever combination we can fit. The benefits of this, there's no waiting. So at design stage, we have the measurements, what the client wants, as in a metre by metre or the sheet to sheet size. The glass is then delivered with the hob, the wall channels. With the hob channel being installed, we were supplied with the 2 U channels. The U channels come in a left and right. They're pre-drilled. We've got an innovative system at the bottom. There's a little lag or a tag that slots into the U section. I'll just show you this one here that's not installed. It slots in and then fixed back to the wall, as you see here, the one installed. We'll show you the importance, the important part of installation of the hob is to make sure this is level and our wall channels plumb. This makes it easier when we're fitting the 10mm toughened glass, that it all goes in like a kit form. It's very easy if we have the hob level and the wall channels plumb. We'll see here that the hob channel is dead plumb. This makes it easier down the track, like I said. So the next stage of the installation, at this point when all the tiling's done, is fitting of the glass. Now I'll just show you here, all the glass is delivered, all boxed and protected with the sizes that's needed. So We'll step through the installation stage now, which then I'll show you what parts go where and when to apply. The first stage is you're supplied with a componentry pack of screws, grub screws, a spatula for silicon, which we'll show you at a later date. Okay, the first stage is we have a 3mm packer. Now, we don't like to touch any glass with metal, so at the bottom of the hob channel, we place our packers. We have one at the end of each length of channel. Now on this side where the door will be, that's a fixed panel, so we'll have one at the size of the fixed panel and one in the corner. To position the inline panel packer, our standard door is 660, so you can measure along 660, move your packer into place beyond that for the packer to be underneath the glass. One of the most important steps is we always shoot a bit of silicon into the corners where the channel meets the hob channel. Just a little bit, just for security, as we all know what water is about. Even though that is waterproofed in, still just give it a little bit more guarantee. So where the hob channel meets the wall channel, we just squirt some silicon in prior to installing the glass. First step of the installation will be installing the return panel. Before taking the glass out of the cardboard protection boxes, we always prepare some carpets, as we don't want the glass sitting straight onto the tiles. That protects against any dropping of the glass and injuries. We've just opened a box here. The box comes with foam protection, corner protection on each corner, so no glass is touching hard surfaces like your tiles. And we'll get the package out of there. Right. I'll do another. So we've placed the return panel in its position, and it needs the front edge to be right up against the front edge of the hob channel. On the inside, the hob channel is 13mm. The glass is 10. The 3mm gap needs to be shown on the inside of the shower screen. Again, we've unpacked the inline panel. Again, the stamp will be fitted into the wall channel side. Again, you double check to make sure the packer inside the U channel is in the right position for the width of the panel. Okay, we'll place this in position. And we slide the panel into position, hard against the inline, the threshold. The next step is fitting the head brace. The head brace comes in a set size. So we have a 90-degree fitting. We've got locating lugs, or we can fit a 180, what we call a 180 degrees. So these are all interchangeable, 90s, straights, and 135 degree fittings. On this case, we have a front return, so we need a 180 to go on the inline panel and a 90 degrees to fit onto the return panel. With fitting this, just make sure our pivot hole is matching with your pivot hole in the threshold piece. Now that we know this is even gaps with our threshold and our head brace, we go on to installing our grub screws in our wall channels. Okay, we have 3 grub screws. They're already pre-drilled and sleeved. Just firm. The next stage is hanging the door. You're supplied with 2 hinges and a knob. The 2 hinges, one comes with a locating block. This is the bottom hinge. You'll see the top hinge, which doesn't need the locating block. It's just a pivot point. Okay, after unpacking the door, you'll see we have our 2 hinge cut out, one at the bottom, one at the top, and the bottom again is always the stamp. The grub screws to be on the inside of the shower screen, so it's a nice look from the outside of a flat plate. Part of the componentry is a doorknob. Our doorknob is solid brass, chrome plated. All our fittings, hinges, handles are all brass with chrome plate. Okay, after putting our hinges on, time to hang the door. With the door, it's easy again with 2 people. We have our pivot lug that's will be located in the bottom pin, and the top pin located in the top hole. To achieve this, we just need to loosen the top brace off. Bruce will locate this pin in the bottom. Bruce, you're on the floor, I think. Reposition the top brace. After we know our door's in the right position, just go through and tighten our, double check all our grub screws are tightened up. Also, we supply a weather flap for the bottom of the door. It has a little fin there that goes to the inside, so the water runs down the glass, hits the little flap, and always splashes back into the wet area. The next stage, after we've hung the door, all our gaps are nice, tighten our grub screws, it's time to silicon. In our 3mm gap that I previously mentioned, To check that the silicone is right in to the channel, we come to the outside and we look down, all the way down the channel, just to make sure it's pumped all the way in. You're also supplied with what we call a silicone splatch in each pack. To clean off the silicone, I always use soapy water. It can be just detergent from what you wash your dishes up with. And we give it a good coat spray. And that's the completion of the new innovative HSSS hob channel system. Thank you.